The Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our end of season reviews. This time it is on none other than Alex Iwobi. Yeah, we'll do some of his best games in an Everton kit, some of his worst games, bit of his stats a bit more in detail, and just what I thought about him overall for the season. It's been an interesting season for Iwobi. He's played a number of positions. Played right mid, right wing, centre mid, cam, right back, right wing back. Primarily in that five, he's been playing as that right wing back. He started 22 games in the Premier League, was subbed in for 6, 2,035 minutes, 1 yellow card, 2 goals, an XG of 2.7, so he's performing slightly under his XG. Goals inside the box, 2, 1 on his right, 1 on his left. Shots on target, 6, shots off target, 9, 2 assists, 36 chances created, 696 total passes, 57 dribbles attempted, 32 of them successful, 40 tackles attempted, only 19 of them successful, 25 clearances and 20 interceptions. Going over to FBref now, which compares him to the rest of the Premier League in a percentile. We'll get some more in-depth stats for him here. We can compare him because of positions. We can compare him against other fullbacks. We can compare him against midfielders, and we can compare him against attacking mid/wingers. At fullback, he performs above average in a lot of the shots, goals. Not so much in the passing. In all honesty, we'll do all of them because hopefully we'll find the best position for him. So his goals per 90 is 0.9. That's above the Premier League average. His XG is above the Premier League average. This is for fullback compared to the other Premier League fullbacks. His shots in total are, his shots on target are. Don't forget, this is because he's playing different positions as well. His XG is way above the average. This is passes now for the average fullback in the Premier League. Completed passes, he's well and truly below the Premier League average, which I think is probably set by Cancelo. Pass completion is about bang average for the Premier League fullback. His pass completion long is very good. It's above average. His key passes for a fullback are above average in the Premier League. His passes into the penalty area are way above average in the Premier League. He does do a lot of 0.27 through balls per 90, which is 98th percentile. He's right up the top end of that. Only Trent Alexander-Arnold has more. Other than that, his passes under pressure aren't brilliant compared to the average. His switches and his crosses aren't either for a fullback. We'll now go into the defensive bits because that's also part of the fullback position. His tackles are below average. He gets 2.3 per 90. Only wins 1.24 of them, which is about average. He does complete 0.31 tackles in the attacking third, which is above the average in the Premier League. His pressures are way above the average for a fullback, 22.95 pressures, 6.77 of them successful. His pressures are mainly in the mid and the attacking third, and again, they are way higher than the average fullback in the league, but that's because why would a fullback be that far up the pitch? He does play midfield as well. Progressive passes received 3.8, which is well above the average as well. Carries into the penalty area is way above the average for the fullback. Obviously, this is fullback. I don't think this is his best position. I think it's a bit of a waste, him here. We'll do midfielders because I don't think we want to do him in the wingers, but a lot of people were excited when he played centre mid, myself included. So we'll do midfielders now. When you look at midfielders on this and it says, similar players, you get the likes of Joelinton, Jensen, Jacob Ramsey, Dewsbury Hall, Conor Gallagher, who were linked with this summer. So his 0.09 goals per 90 is above the average for a midfielder. His assists are about average. His expected assists are just above the average. As for his goals, they are just bang average for a midfielder. His passing is well and truly below the Premier League average. His key passes aren't. His key passes are 1.55 per 90. That's a bit above the average. His passes into the penalty area and crosses into the penalty area are again above average. The cross is one though he does play on the right wing sometimes, so I don't know if that sort of does it. His through balls are above the Premier League average with 0.27. Crosses 1.33 is above it as well. So they're the attacking. Defensively, he's 0.88 dribblers tackled is above the average. Again, like I said, pressures and successful pressures for a midfielder are still above the average, especially in the attacking third. Passes blocked is 1.81, which is way above Premier League average. So there's still dribbles as well above it. Dribbles completed, dribbles attempted. Players dribble past well above. He's 1.64 players dribble past per 90. Very high. Nutmegs as well, if you care about them. He's at the top percentile. Carries into the opposition's penalty area. He ranks above average in as well. So yeah, basically he's very good at bringing the ball out. I don't think that's something I want from my right winger. I don't think my right fullback in the 5. I like the role he did in midfield. I think that's much better suited to him. When we were playing that 4-3-3, I thought we were actually looking a bit decent. Then we went back to the 3/5 back, and I'm not keen on it. I just don't think we have the personnel for it, in all honesty. But Lampard seems to be wanting to do that. So when you look at his worst games this season, the West Ham 1-0 loss is probably up there. And then obviously the Arsenal end of the season game. I don't think I'm going to use that one because half the players were on holiday. That's what it seemed like anyway watching it. So we could call that an anomaly. So we'll go to that West Ham game I mentioned, where he played 79 minutes. We've got plenty of time. Plenty of time to make an impact or get a fair rating. He had 4 shots, all of them off target. His XG was 0.38, 71% accurate passes, no shot accuracy percentage. Big chances missed, 1. Block shots, 2. Touches, 29 touches for the whole game. 1 out of 2 accurate long balls, 0 out of 2 for accurate crosses. He made 3 recoveries, but he was dribbled past once, won none of his ground duels, none of his aerials, and wasn't fouled. It was just just slightly below average game for Iwobi. It didn't, there was nothing to pull feathers up, pull roots up. You weren't going to write home about that type of performance for him. Now for his best game at Everton. This one should be a little bit easier. I think everyone's thinking that Newcastle game, aren't they? Which was fantastic. You could also have he played well in the Watford 0-0. I know it was disappointing, but he played well. Same with the Leicester game, where he same in that Leicester game where he got an assist. I'll probably do the Newcastle one because that's what's on people's lips, and then I'll go into the Leicester one as well. But I feel like it'd be a bit, people would go, what about Newcastle if I didn't include Newcastle? So I'm going to have to include that. And his late winner was fantastic. Really was brilliant. So, yeah, Iwobi's stats for this game. 490 played, 1 goal, obviously, coming right at the end of the game. That was his only shot as well. 13 out of 16 accurate passes, so that's 81%. 0.21 XG, so he performed well above that. Like I said, 1 shot and it was on target. Successful dribbles, 0. Accurate crosses, 1 out of 1. Accurate long balls, 0 out of 2. He wasn't dispossessed at any time. He won 1 out of 2 tackles, made 1 clearance, 1 interception, 1 recovery. Was dribbled past once, won 40% of his ground duels, none of his aerial, but he's not an aerial player. Now going to the Leicester game. this was a great game as well. It's the one where Mykolenko scores that wonderful volley, which I believe is what Iwobi crosses the ball into him. That's the layup setup for it, if I'm not mistaken. 90 minutes played, 1 assist, 69% accurate passes, 1 chance created, 71 touches, 2 out of 2 for successful dribbles, 1 out of 1 for accurate crosses, 5 out of 11 for accurate long balls, was only dispossessed once, won half of his tackles, made 2 clearances, 2 interceptions, 9 recoveries, and was only driven past once. 4 out of 8 of his ground rules were won. It was a really good game for Iwobi, this. And it was nice to see him sort of... it's been nice to see him improve. He was a player that got a lot of stick in previous years, and I think quite rightly he's not been up to the mustard. We've spent big money on him, but he came good this season. I think he's better in that cam role, in that centre mid role, in a free. Really hope that that's where we play him. I've got a horrible feeling that Lampard's going to go with a 3/5 again next season for as long as that works or fails to work, whichever one it ends up being. I mean, if he can get it working, I'm not opposed to it. I've not seen enough from since he's taken over to suggest that that's the formation we should be leveling with. The 4-3-3 was a lot better in my eyes. It was a formation we've been crying out for all season because we're getting overrun in midfield. We introduced the 4-3-3 and we got on a nice little bit of a winning roll. It's so why we change it back to the 3/5, I don't know. But yeah, Iwobi's career sort of rejuvenated this season, got a lot of love back from the fans, deserving love as well. Helped fight for a bit. I'd give him a 7 out of 10 for this season. I think he's really impressed me. Hopefully he can move on from this now and start showing some dividends, some signs of why Farhad Mashiri wanted to buy him. But that is all I've got time for. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Comment down below your thoughts on Iwobi, and I'll see you guys very soon.